All right, just as a review, we've learned about photosynthesis, how a plant absorbs from the sun. We've learned about chlorophyll and chloroplasts. Chloroplasts are the little tiny dots that are inside of a leaf. The chlorophyll is the green coloring inside of a leaf. Today we're going to learn about stomata. Can you say that with me? Stomata. Ooh, that's a good one. All right, let's begin reading on the top of page 50. A plant also needs carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide is a gas that's part of the air. To take in the air that we need, you breathe in with lungs. But a plant doesn't have lungs. Ooh, wouldn't that be scary if God made our plants with lungs? To get carbon dioxide, God gave it tiny openings in the underneath of its leaves. Isn't our God an amazing God? They open and close to allow carbon dioxide into the plant. So yesterday you were supposed to put a plant in the dark. Did you do that? Today I want you to go out and find a plant and look underneath the leaf and see if you can see any of those stomata openings. See if you can see any of those. If you can see them with your naked eye or if you need a microscope. All right. The third thing a plant needs for photosynthesis is water. The roots of the plant absorb water from the soil. Then the small tubes carry the water through the stems to the leaves. There, the water can help the plant make food. What happens if you put colored water into a vase with a white, say carnation, white flower? What would happen to the flower? Do you think it would change colors or do you think it would still stay white? Think about that. If we have colored water and we know that it's carried up through the stem up to the flower, do you think the flower would change colors? We're going to try it. Mrs. Hedden's going to get a white flower and we're going to observe to see if it actually will change colors. Okay, turn to page 50. What a plant produces. Now, once you've planted a plant, we are going to plant some kind of a plant during this unit, and you're going to be measuring it, and we're going to have a competition to see whose plant gets fruit first, whose plant gets tallest. So we're not going to plant them yet. It's not fair to plant it yet. We're all going to plant them on the same day. And we're going to look on the back of the seed to see how long it takes to germinate. That's one of the big words you're going to learn. All right, so page 51. Once a plant has what it needs, it continues the process of photosynthesis to produce food and oxygen. The chlorophyll, remember that's the green part, in the plant uses energy from the sunlight to produce food. The food is what the plant makes, is a type of sugar. Many tiny tubes carry the sugar to all parts of the plant. The sugar becomes food for the plant and gives it energy to grow, just like we need sugar. And we need food to be able to grow. So do plants. Plants make food to supply their own energy. They use this energy to grow. But sometimes plants make more food than they need. That extra food is stored in the plants for later use. Kind of like we're storing extra food, like, that other extra little tummy Mrs. Hedden is getting from eating so much during this whole thing and not exercising as much. I'm storing it up for later use. The oxygen that plants produce is a gas, like carbon dioxide. Oxygen is part of the air. It's a gas that animals and humans need to survive. So if we did not have plants that produce our oxygen, could we live on Earth? Our God's an amazing God. He gave us plants that produce oxygen for us to breathe. That's why if you go to the moon, would you be able to breathe? Does the moon have oxygen? Does another planet have oxygen? Okay, that's why we have plants that produce our oxygen. Carbon dioxide enters a plant through tiny holes in the leaves called, that's right, stomatas. The tiny holes release oxygen into the air. By doing this, plants help provide oxygen for other living things. So today we learned about the tiny little holes in leaves called stomatas. Your job today is to go out and find a plant. Find several, big leaves, little leaves. See if the stomatas are all the same Or does the opening in different leaves get bigger? They need oxygen. What produces our oxygen? You're right, plants. They take in the carbon dioxide, and what they release is oxygen. Okay, this is going to be a fun unit studying about plants. Bye, guys. See you next week.